from being person to professional, from being simple to special. Individuals who created opportunity, individuals who believe in choices, exploring their journey, learning their process, honoring their success, celebrating their achievements. A visualization to revive the best moments of their life.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the brand new episode of Speak to Me. And we have beautiful ladies sharing the screen on this live session with beautiful queens of two events, that is Miss Mongol Nepal and Miss Himalaya Nepal 2019. So we welcome both the achievers, the queens of different events. This is Sivira Lama and Suraksha Subedi. Welcome to show.
Namaste, thank you so much.
Okay, we
Thank you
move
so
on with
much.
individual introduction. So we start with Suraksha. Let us know more about you.
Namaste everyone, I am Suraksha Subedi and I am Miss Himalaya Nepal 2019. And well, I'm really honored to be on the So Speak to Me because the one who choreographed me is taking my interview here, and I'm really honored and grateful for this opportunity. And well, I believe that this will end up as a very fun session, so really looking forward to it.
Then moving to Sivira. Let us know more about you.
Namaste everyone. I am Sivira Lama, Miss Mongol Nepal 2019, and I am so glad because in this interview session and so many big personalities and people who I really adore on this show, and for me to finally be here, it's so amazing. And especially today I celebrate my anniversary of being Miss Mongol, so thank you so much, Rojin sir, for making this a perfect time. Thank you.
Okay. So your moment like Cash Karna area. So 26 December 2019, where Sivira Lama was been announced as Miss Mongol Nepal, precisely Ridi Group Miss Mongol Nepal 2019, organized by Action Entertainment Pvt Limited, whereas Suraksha Subedi was been announced as Miss Himalaya Nepal World 2019, organized by Katha Events. So दुईजना winners. So दुवैजनाको एक वर्षको यात्रा तय भइसकेको छ. So when we move on to this thing, the crowning moment, and then before we go on to that thing, so we have pictures of दुवैजनाको pictures. Palo Palo, I would love to share. So this is one for Sivira, and next one is this is Suraksha. So when you feel being in the center, so दुवैजना center हुनुहुन्थ्यो the crowning moment. So when you recall that moment, how you feel now, Suraksha?
At the first, I couldn't hold my tears for a few moments. Kinaman, that was the time, that was a moment that I have been dreaming like since a long time. And at the last moment, I was just satisfied. मेरो नाम आउँछ भन्ने मलाई थाहा भइसकेको थियो. So I was just satisfied and I was making myself to ready go on there. And अगाडि जाँदैसम्म until I wear the sash, I was fine. But then ekasi they brought the chair just to put me in the middle. Okay? And at that time, I felt like Miss World because always when Miss World ko crowning हुन्छ त्यतिखेर chair बिचमा ल्याएर and then they put on the ground and people were distributing the के अरे मान्छेहरू हटाएर त्यो बिचमा टेबल ल्याएर सरी चेयर ल्याएर and मलाई त्यहाँ बसाएर the crowning happened and that was really really special to me. So recalling that moment, it is still one of the best moment of my life so far.
Okay, Sivira, when you are standing between two queens and you are in the center and major crown on your head, so how you recall that moment?
Well, Miss Mongol was something that I really looked forward to for a long time. I say this, my career commitments are there. I could never be a part of beauty pageant. Beauty pageants, I really like beauty pageants, childhood bate, but I could never be a part of anything. So when I joined Miss Mongol at first, I was like, I prepared myself to win. I knew I had to. And one thing, even if I didn't win, I should not have any regrets. त्यति चाहिँ मलाई थियो. So well, when I got crowned that day, first runner up को नाम आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई अलि धेरै डर लागेको थियो because I'd gotten Miss Talent and I'd gotten Miss Public Choice. So I was like, oh my god, I already got 2 subtitles. So am I like getting the first runner up, or like will I not be the winner? Just to मलाई लागेको थियो. And the answers were quite competitive endमा. त्यही भएर अलि डर डर लागेको थियो मलाई. But when first runner up was announced and रेणुकासँग जब my first runner up रेणुकासँग जब when I knew she was the first runner up, and then I was like, okay, fine. So this, I am going to be the winner. So now I have to prepare myself accordingly. So I was just waiting for that game last ma crown गर्दाखेरि. It was a dream come true. It was a long awaited dream come true मेरो लागि.
Okay. So many things are common in between you two queens. So both of your names initials SS but start on. So you both were being crowned in 2019. And one more common thing is that you both were the winner of subtitles, 2 categories. And one common thing is you both were the winners of Talented Award. Sivira Public Choice and Talent and Suraksha Express and Talent. So talented queensहरूसँग कुरा गरिरहेको छु भन्न सकिन्छ अहिले. त्यो ट्यालेन्ट अवार्ड पाइसकेपछि धेरैजना इभेन्टहरूमा क्लोज टु मेन अवार्ड भन्ने फिल गर्छ बिकज ट्यालेन्ट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट टाइटल अवार्ड इन एनी पेजेन्ट. सो सुरक्षा, एनी काइन्ड अफ फिलिङ टु डेभलप भयो वेन यु गट द्याट ट्यालेन्ट अवार्ड नाउ समवेयर आई वुड बी भेरी नियर टु मेन क्राउन भन्ने?
Yes, I actually did feel that. For me, Miss Talent was really important, and I knew if I want to like be on the top 8, if I want to be the finalist, then I will have to give my best in the Miss Talent. So Miss Talent, I say, even before the auditions, I was practicing for the Miss Talent because I knew like I want to ace it, and I did as well. I guess I gave my everything for the Miss Talent. I prepared an act about acid attack, and it was quite loved. My mom was there watching me. She almost cried watching that act, and I knew I deserved Miss Talent, but at the same time, I was a little insecure. Like maybe I would like I'll just get a subtitle and I will be cited, and I'll not be able to get the main crown, the Miss Himalaya Nepal crown. So, but then I gave my best in the Q&A sessions as well. So fully, I was both the Miss Talent as well and the Miss Himalaya Nepal 2019 as well.
So, was it the same feeling for you, Sivira, after you got that talent award?
Yes, it was. I mean, Miss Talent has always been so important title. It definitely brings you closer to the title, and also like Miss Talent भन्ने you see someone as like, okay, like she's not just question answer, she really has some substance, she really has some content she can deliver. So at first Miss Talent ko like is thinking of doing an act Suraksha, like exactly it was more like women act regarding this acid attacks and rapes. Later I felt like I could express myself more through speech, and I did that. So when I gave that speech, I literally felt the speech so much. I almost started crying at the stage, and I think that was one factor that the judges really liked, because the speech that I wrote, it was totally from my heart. It was totally what I felt, and when I delivered it, I got so emotional, and I was so scared that I wouldn't be able to deliver it fully, because I almost cried in the middle of the speech. But I did deliver it. I was like, I have to stop myself, otherwise, like, I'm going to lose the title. So I did, and yeah, I was so happy that I got that title, because it was quite competitive. दुई तीनवटा एक्टहरू यस्तो थियो that even they deserved it. So I don't know, like by luck and 1-2 points, maybe I got the title, and I'm like so happy until this day. Yeah.
So when we talk about joining the pageants, most of the girls follow certain kind of pageant, maybe a national or international pageant, and they prepare themselves to be part of an initiation means. Sometimes they want to be the part of Miss Nepal. And त्योभन्दा अगाडि एक दुईवटा पेजेन्टमा चाहिँ काम गरौँ, and then I finally moved on to Miss Nepal. त्यसरी सोच्छन्. So is it that kind of plan you initiated with Miss Mongol and Miss Himalaya Nepal? This is common question, both of you. This is initiation key to join to somewhere. योभन्दा माथि जानको लागि this is the start, or you say coincidence हो कि I was preparing for something else and suddenly you लाइनमा आइहाल्यो and then let's give a try भनेर आउनु भएको थियो. Starting with Suraksha.
Well, growing up, I was always an extrovert kind of bacha. I used to take part in everything, like be it elocutions, competitions, debates, singing, dancing, poem recitation. Either I knew it or not, I have talent or not, I used to take part in everything. And I was always like outspoken from a very young age. So I always knew pageant was the platform for me because it was not just about beauty, it was about advocacy, it was about inspiring people, being a role model, being a good speaker, and making an impact. So for me, beginning with Miss Himalaya Nepal, of course, I do have bigger goals in pageantry in my coming life. I have set other milestones as well, but at the same time, I also wanted to know how the glamour field works. Like, I have researched a lot about pageants, but then I wanted to live that experience. Like, how is it actually when you get into the pageants and then walk with high heels and then like do the Q&A sessions, meet role models. So I wanted to experience it beforehand, like before going to bigger platforms. But at the same time, it was also about the grooming and everything. So for me, it is definitely a doorway to bigger steps in pageantry.
So what about you, Siviria? Is it same?
Well, for me, pageantry is something new in my home. Like my little sister has taken part in a lot of pageants, and Rojin was always there. So for me, it was like one time thing. I would say I really wanted to live that. I have seen my sister do it, and I wanted to be there too. I wanted to live that. And pageantry has always been so fascinating. I'm like so fascinated by the crowd and the lights and the stage and everything. Walking, like Suraksha said, walking in high heels, feeling the rhythm, being on stage, answering the question. So yeah, I wanted to be there. I wanted to feel that, and I did. I think I did, and also Miss Mongol, because Miss Mongol is a beauty pageant, which is not only just a beauty pageant but also a cultural revolution. You get to discover so much about your cultures and everything. So yeah, Miss Mongol was that's why I chose Miss Mongol, I'd say. And now that I'm 26 and done with one beauty pageant, I think it's time for me to take a step back and focus on other parts of my life, maybe my career, my job. And but yeah, I totally enjoyed being Miss Mongol. And if anyone wants to go for pageant and everything, I'm like, just go for it. But for me, I think I've lived my dream. And yeah, pageant for pageantry, like, this must be it.
Okay. So अहिलेलाई शिविरासँग एकछिन pause लिन्छौँ. So Sivira will be waiting backstage and we'll be catching up with Suraksha and then I'll be coming back to Sivira. So Suraksha, so this would be a rapid fire segment where you need to answer the questions in one word, most probably. The question comes like this. So life without money,
Unsatisfied,
life without mobile,
boring,
life without ATM cards,
poor,
life without makeup.
normal,
One word to define yourself.
confident,
One word that is not you.
negative,
So if you need to give a proper word for your initials, SURAKSHA, what would be the words?
well, as for smile, U for oh my god, U for understanding, R
Mhm.
for rooted, A for articulated,
Mhm.
K for well, K for I don't think I'm getting any word. Uh, I'll
Kind-hearted.
just skip. Yeah, kind-hearted. Yes, exactly. Okay, kind-hearted, and as for maybe sarcastic,
Mhm.
and H for humble, and A for oh my god, A for I'm not getting the word.
Okay. Now getting on to Sivira. So Suraksha will be on upstage. Okay. So, Sivira, the questions goes like this: life without communication,
Meaningless?
life without transportation,
Difficult.
life without internet.
Useless?
If you need to properly define school life in one word, what would be that?
Interesting. Yes.
If you need to define childhood in one word,
Wow. Okay. Fun?
okay. So one word that defines you the most,
Kind.
one word that is not you,
Proud.
and how you pick up the words to define your initials, Sivira.
Okay. S should be strong. I should be intelligent. A V would be versatile. Another I would be interesting again. Yeah. And R would be reliable. And A would be adorable, if I got that right. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
About ATM cards,
Sorry, I couldn't get you. Could you please repeat?
life without ATM cards.
Life without ATM cards.
Mhm.
Oh, it's. I don't know. I just can't imagine that. Yeah. It's
Life without,
unimaginable.
okay, life without makeup,
Life without.
makeup,
Oh, couldn't get that again.
life without makeup,
Well, I think really low on connection or something. I can't. I didn't hear it right.
life without makeup,
Life without
makeup.
what? Makeup. Oh,
Yeah.
natural. Natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
Okay, back again to both the queens, and this would be common session. So, being beautiful, if you need to define in one word, what would be that? Suraksha.
Sorry, sir, I didn't keep up. Can
Being
you repeat
beautiful.
it?
Being beautiful, what would be one word to pick up?
Integrated.
Okay, Suraksha, being beautiful. That is done with Suraksha. Sivira, being beautiful.
Being beautiful in one word?
Yeah.
Empathetic.
So this is Sivira to start. Being fashionable.
Being fashionable. Being yourself.
Suraksha.
Well, being fashionable would be casual.
Being beauty queen. Suraksha.
Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear.
Being beauty queen.
Responsible.
Sivira. Being beauty queen.
Being beauty queen. Yeah, being a role model.
Okay, this is the last one. Being in Speak to Me. Sivira.
Being.
In
Being.
Speak.
I couldn't get it. Being.
In Speak to Me.
Being in Speak to Me. It's my anniversary of being Miss Mongol, so it's me.
Okay. Suraksha, same question. Being in Speak to Me.
Honored, sir. Honored.
Okay. So, getting with the journey that you started as the queens in Miss Himalaya Nepal and Miss Mongol Nepal. So, if you need to remember the very first day of training, you started your journey to be the queen, the process of making yourself into a queen. Was it something you found the contestants were very competitive, or were you found your position was a little bit more clear to reach the finale, that is final phase? Was it clear in that way, or you found very competitive from right day one? Structure.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was not competitive. Actually, I find it an easier path, because I was all geared up and I was all prepared. I researched what happens. I was aware about the subtitles. I used to practice the Q&A every day, and I was prepared for the talent rounds. So it was competitive enough, but at the same time, I was ready to face every challenge that comes in front of me. So I would say. Yeah, it was not that competitive enough. I was just geared up and I believed in myself.
Okay. Sivira. So, did you found competition very much, or that was a clear thing? Yes, I would be in top five, top seven in finals.
Well, nothing is decided until the end. So there was always this fear: what if I slip in the stage? What if I can't answer? Or what if I step on my gown and I fall down? Like all these things were always at the back of my head. But except that, I think I did prepare myself very well. I put a lot of hard work. I watch all the Miss World Universe videos, and I would answer. I would pause the after the question. I would pause it. I would answer for myself, and then see what the queens have answered. Not just that, even for my talent round, I prepared a lot. I used to look at the mirror, keep delivering my speech again and again every day. I was punctual, and I did everything from my side that led me towards the crown. So, competition wise, I think the girls were brilliant. Everyone did their part. Everyone was like confident. They also wanted to get the title. So it was competitive. Uh, but I knew somewhere that all this hard work would pay off. So yeah, I think I was a little confident, but you never know what can go wrong until the end, until your name's been announced.
So, getting on to this thing related with Q&A. So, Suraksha, तपाईँलाई final question याद छ?
Yeah, I remember हामीले सोध्नु भएको थियो what is beauty for you भनेर, and it's such a simple question but at the same time so complicated question, and such a beautiful question as well. So what is beauty for you भनेर सोध्नु भएको थियो, and instantly I just got stuck up on an interview of Shrinkhala where she said that she believed in being objectively beautiful भन्ने कुरा, and like beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder भन्ने कुरा. That just instantly hit my mind, so I made sure I'll involve this in my answers भनेर. Also, it was just what I felt about beauty. What is beauty for me? Like, it was always about the confidence. It was always about how we speak. It was always about being empathetic. So I just answered it on my way. I was confident enough while saying that, and I think that's what made me the winner, I guess.
Sivira, could you remember your last question?
Yes, I think, and I remember my answer as well. It was like, who needs reservation? It was either indigenous people or women. I think that was the question. So, and my answer was like, we need reservation for both at this point of time. Why having reservation? Why do we have to choose? If there's a reservation, then I think both women and indigenous people in today's context need reservation. But also, I think what made the difference was when I said at the end that I hope there comes a day where none of us require any reservation. And Rosine sir, let me tell you, I was so scared after giving that answer because you had specifically told us not to give any diplomatic answers. But that was just what came to my mind at that time, and I was like, oh my god, maybe I gave a little bit diplomatic answer, and maybe I won't be the winner. So maybe the judges will cut my marks or something because Rosine sir said not to give diplomatic answers, and now I'm here. So yeah, that scared me, but I hope the last line did the job.
Okay. So let's read some of the comments right there. So Ghost Suraksha, yeah, that is by Garima Adhikari. And this is by Sivira Lama. Congratulations to both.
Yes, he's my
Thank you.
friend.
Pragya Tatal has written, yes, Suraksha Subedi. So she is supporting Suraksha. Shruti Shrestha, Sivira Didi. And there is
Hi, Shruti.
one of the organizer of Katha Events, the Himalaya Nepal, Anil Magar, precisely Lion Anil Magar. Part of you, Suraksha Subedi. Go, Suraksha, go. And back to Q&As. So when we talk about pageants, there are lots of things moving on in the heads of those while preparing Q&A. So was it difficult round in related with oral question answer session, or was it difficult when you faced the final question? Sivira.
Was it difficult when I did the what question did you say, sir?
Was it your oral question round answer round was challenging for you, or was it the final question?
Oh, it definitely has to be the oral question answer round. Um, yeah, because at that time you don't get to think anything, and you just have to say, you can't organize your thoughts, and you have to say whatever comes to your mind, so you're not actually speaking according to, like, I want to say this first, I want to say this second, and this is how I conclude, so you don't get that time. So oral question answer round, yeah, the one that's like a little bit, it was the one that was like a little bit difficult for me, because I couldn't get a second to think. Like, the judge questions you, and then you have to answer without making up your mind. In return, you get time to collect your thoughts, and like maybe arrange it how you want to start and end. So oral, yes, it was a little bit difficult.
Okay. What about Suraksha?
Well, unlike Sivira, I find Q&A quite easy for me. Not easy, but it's something that resonates with me. I have been speaking like in my entire life. I have been into debate competitions, and also speaking have something that's in me, and no one can take that out from me. So I was quite confident about Q&A, but I was like really afraid if anything goes wrong in this stage, because I always have like backups for backups. I'm that kind of person, because if I know I'm all geared up, I should also know that nothing should go wrong. And at the finale, like, I had numerous hills on the side just in case one breaks down. I had a lot of like makeup on the like for the backups and all, and for the hair as well, for the dresses as well. So for me, I was quite afraid if the dress go wrong, or maybe if the heels go wrong, or maybe I walk something differently, or maybe I forget the choreography. For me, that was a little difficult, but speaking part, I was a little confident.
Okay. So regarding the process of transforming yourself into a queen, so which part was been more enjoying and which part was a little bit difficult for both of you? Suraksha.
Well, I'm enjoying most of the part, honestly, especially when I get to counsel others about pageants, about my experience, and tell them how it's about inspiring people, being a role model. The best part is being a role model of pageantry, of course, because you get a platform where you can showcase your thoughts, and you can transform the world the way you want. And people will hear you because you have achieved something, you have earned something by something you did by yourself. You invested yourself and you earned it. So that's something that makes beauty queens proud, as well at the same time a great responsibility to influence other people. Well, negative aspect, if I have to say, I haven't really encountered any of them, because I see people so motivating. I feel so glad that the concept of a pageantry is changing and people are appreciating it. And even now when I talk about Miss Universe or Miss World to anyone, then they are not offended. Before they used to get offended. They are like, you should go, that girl should join. And also uh, there are of course negative aspect as well, like they get easily into bullying and all. The social media try to put them down, but I haven't encountered any of them, so I would say I'm lucky in that case.
Okay. Sivira, what is your opinion on that? So it's been challenging to be a beauty queen, or it's been easy for you?
I might have not heard that correctly, but according to Suraksha, what I heard, what she answered, are we talking about the positive and negative aspect of the beauty pageant, being a beauty queen?
Being a beauty queen.
Okay. The positive aspect is people look at you like you've achieved something. You've, even if you believe that you're something, there's always a doubt. There's always a doubt in people. Like, maybe it's something that she believes, and why is it necessary to uh, validate her? But I think being a beauty queen is sort of a validation that yeah, she knows something. Yeah, she's done something. Like, okay, if nothing, she knows how to speak in the public. If nothing, she knows how to walk in those high heels. She has no stage fear. uh, a lot of times I say this, no matter what I have in me, it's either a certificate or a crown that's actually speaking for me. So being a beauty queen, firstly and most importantly, is a way that people look at you differently, like you've achieved something. About the cons, I think it's the abuses and the messages you get sometimes because you're not actually responding to a lot of people. And like, even in the normal course of life you wouldn't respond them, but they take it as if you didn't respond them because now you're a beauty queen and you don't have time for normal
Exactly.
people or all that stuffs.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you think that I'm still the same person? And if I don't talk to you in my normal life, why would I talk to you after even after being a beauty queen? So yeah, I've faced this, and it really has scared me to some extent. The guys, especially guys, just messaging you and abusing you sometimes. And yeah, but I think it's their problem. It has nothing to do with me. So I just avoid it, ignore it. But it definitely has to be a con. So many people know you and they want to talk to you, but yeah, I wouldn't even talk to them in like normal. Why would you talk to a person you don't know? So yeah.
Yeah, right. So this is probably the question that is put on by Jofen Lama Ruit, your sister Sivira. So what's the most
Yes.
challenging thing you have faced as a beauty pageant winner? And I a little bit improvised the question. So thank you, Jofen, for being the part of the event. And there is something written by Gonika Gurung. That is again one more counterpart for Katha Events. Proud of you, Suraksha Subedi. Much love. And there is Rasmi Adhikari writing proud of you, sister. So एकैछिन हामी सिविरालाई ब्याक स्टेजमा राखेर सुरक्षासँग फेरि कुरा गर्छौँ and then we'll catch up with Sivira. So Suraksha, this is the third season coming up, Miss Himalaya Nepal
Yes,
2021.
sir.
So registration is open. So being the winner, so why should ladies join Miss Himalaya Nepal?
Well, firstly, we have the contestant from like all around Nepal. Like they take the regional auditions as well, so we get a lot of diversified girls with diversified thoughts. And then when you put them together, like there's something so creative and beautiful they make out of it. Like even when we go into like कतिवटा social service मा they involved us like blood donation program or old age home मा गएर we served them for a whole day. We clean the toilets. It was not what I expected, but at the same time, it was really fun and it was really satisfying. So Miss Himalaya Nepal, say it's about everything. It's not just about choreography. It's not just about glamour and all. Beside that, you get to serve people and you get to speak what you want. You get to absorb everything from all the contestants around yourself, and then the organizers are really supporting as well. So of course, if you are searching for something where you want to step into the glamour field or you want to look into what beauty pageant really is about, then I would definitely suggest girls to come into Miss Himalaya Nepal. Also, it's a national level pageant, and we also get to represent. The winner also get to represent Nepal in the international platform. So I couldn't ask for more. So yes, also it is a very transparent pageant, and I have been benefited a lot with all the choreography and demonstration. So I would definitely recommend everyone willing to join the pageant to come into Miss Himalaya Nepal and explore their hidden potentials.
So Suraksha would be keenly looking on for her successor in 2021 edition. So Suraksha, this would be something. So there might be lots of things you have achieved and earned from the pageant. If you need to list out top 5 things that you have earned, so one, two, three, four, five, के के हुन्छ होला?
So beside pageantry,
No, the things that you have learned and earned from pageantry, there might be lots of things. But if you
oh,
need to pick up
from pageantry, okay.
that from Miss Himalaya Nepal, if you need to pick up 5 things, that is what you have learned and earned, and if you keep it in top priority, what would be that?
Okay, so the very first would be punctuality. I was always a punctual person, but Miss Himalaya made me more conscious about time, and I always used to have a wrist like watch in my wrist. So punctuality is the number first. Second would be discipline, to always knowing your boundaries, and always behaving in accordance to what atmosphere you are in, which people you are talking to. So second would be discipline, and number third would be responsible. Responsible in a sense, not only a contestant of Miss Himalaya Nepal, but responsible as a citizen as well, and as a teenager as well. And fourth would be a little more integrated person. Integrated as in rooted to who we are, at the same time exploring the world. And the fifth thing that I really earned through pageantry would be self-respect. Like I wouldn't let anyone judge me, and I would not judge me myself either. So that confidence that I have gained is really something precious.
Okay. So meanwhile, we'll make Suraksha to take rest, and we'll be talking with Sivira. सिभिरा मिस मङ्गोल नेपालको अर्को सिजन पनि चाँडै ओपन हुँदैछ है। तपाईँ 11औं सिजनको विजेता, 12औं सिजनको विजेताको खोजी चाँडै नै निस्किनेछ। मिस मङ्गोल नेपाल जोइन गर्नुपर्ने कारणहरू खोज्नु पर्यो भने एज अ विनर तपाईँ के भन्नुहुन्छ? वाइ लेडिज सुड जोइन मिस मङ्गोल नेपाल?
Well, Miss Mongol, the title in itself speaks a lot, just to like Malai. Miss Mongol is not just about a pageant. As I said earlier, it's a cultural revolution. It's about finding more about your culture. And, through this process also, Miss Mongol ko journey mein मैले कुराहरू सिकेँ, how to wear my cultural dress properly, all my jewelries and all my accessories, and कस्तो हुन्छ लुगा totally. And not just that, आफ्नो भाषामा how you taught us, thank you भन्नु, welcome भन्नु, namaste भन्नु. I think it's so important for people to know that अहिले झन् अहिलेको कन्टेक्स्टमा all these indigenous um, revolutions going on, so with everyone fighting for their rights. I think in this context it's so important for young people, youngsters like us, to know about our rights, to know about our culture, to know where we belong. So Miss Mongol Magore, I learned so many things. We had a session with Sankar sir, and it was an eye-opening session. It was probably the best session I had in Miss Mongol. त्यहाँ चाहिँ हामीले कति धेरै कुराहरू सिक्यौँ regarding the indigenous communities, the Mongolian communities, and why is it important for us to advocate for our rights? Why is it important for us to know about our culture, Bande? So yeah, I think if you like totally have to go for Miss Mongol. It's a beauty pageant, but it's not just a beauty pageant. That's why.
So other than the thing that you have mentioned in this particular answer, so what you would love to add on things that you learn and earn from Miss Mongol Nepal, if you need to give top 5 priorities or top 5 achievements
Top 5 achievements. What I
regarding
learned
your,
from Miss Mongol.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, as cliche as it sounds, I have always wanted to walk in high heels, and I would never be able to thank you enough for teaching me that. Uh, so yeah, that would be first thing, because I always saw these beautiful ladies walking in high heels, and that always fascinated me. So yeah, that's one. Second, I think I learned to be a leader.
Mhm.
Before I went, I was just a normal person, and but during the process of Miss Mongol, I found myself to be the leading one. I mean, the photo shoot going on, and we had to get back to the training and all that, and I was sort of managing all that. Maybe it's because I was the eldest one there, but I was managing them. And whenever anyone, the organizers would be like, who'd be the captain, and everyone would be like, Sivira, Sivira. So I think I found a leader in myself, going to Miss Mongol. Thirdly, I think I've become more humble, because you get to meet so many talented people, and everyone is doing so good in their fields, not just contestants. You meet other people who are taking classes, and when you find people who've achieved so much and they're still so humble, I think that's where you learn that uh, you're never you've never achieved too much to not be humble. So that's the third. Fourth thing, I think I've learned self-respect. I've learned to respect myself. I've learned to believe in myself, because before Miss Mongol, I think I wasn't as confident. But with the journey, I found out that I could be everything that I wanted to be. If one day I wanted to become a confident person, then the next day I would find myself being that. I mean, I put in effort to be that. Yeah. So, and last thing, what I learned was there are people who know a lot, and they're doing great in their fields. So it's not necessary to just do one thing. You can do so many things, and you can still be good at it. Like, yeah, just I think there's this quote Priyanka Chopra says, like, be hungry, you can have the cake and you can eat it too. So yeah, I think it's like there's nothing I wanted more. I mean, I can always want more. That's what I learned.
Okay, we will be moving on to another segment. This would be for both of you. So I'll be giving you three options. You need to pick the best one among the three options. So starting with Suraksha. So reading, swimming, and traveling. Your pick.
Traveling.
Sivira. Reading, swimming, and traveling.
Reading, swimming, and traveling.
Traveling. Yeah.
Traveling.
Okay. We start with Sivira. Women's Day, Children's Day, Valentine's Day.
Women's Day.
Okay. Suraksha, same question.
Women's Day, of course.
Okay. This is with Suraksha. Paragliding, skydiving, and scuba diving.
Skydiving.
Sivira.
Skydiving.
Mhm. Regarding the dresses, this is with Suraksha to start. Sari, kurta, and gown.
Sorry, so sari kurta and
Evening gown.
sari.
Okay. Sivira. This is with Sivira.
Gown.
Hair
I love gown.
Okay. Hair cutting, hair styling, hair coloring. What would be your pick?
Hairstyling.
Okay. Sivira.
Coloring. I love colors.
Okay. So we go with Sivira. Among these words, what suits your personality? Confident, caring, and capable.
Well, if I had to choose, I'm all of those three, but if I had to choose, I think, yeah, I'm a confident person. Yeah.
Okay. Suraksha.
Well, I want to say confident and capable, but for one word, I would say capable.
Okay. Start with Suraksha. Active, ambitious, and adaptable.
Ambitious.
Sivira.
Ambitious.
We start with Sivira. Smart, simple, stylish.
Can you say it once again?
Smart, simple, and stylish.
Stylish.
Okay. Suraksha.
Smart.
So this would be starting with Suraksha. Honest, humble, and hardworking.
Humble always.
Okay. Sivira.
Humble. That's what I've learned all my life.
So these two are the last two questions in this segment. So what is not you? Among these three, what is not you? We'll start with Suraksha. Lazy, selfish, and introvert. What is not you?
Introvert.
And Sivira.
I'm not an introvert.
Okay. This is the last one. Start with Sivira. Stubborn, short-tempered, and innocent. What is not you?
I'm not stubborn.
Suraksha.
I'm not short-tempered.
Okay. And moving on to your career, your academics. So, Suraksha, you are doing and pursuing your studies that is in biomedical engineering. So, what is your future plan in this course of study?
Well, when I was in plus two, there was one teacher who always said to me, "Sunny, do something which no one have ever done. Okay, do something out of the box, do something creative, be yourself, but at the same time, invent something no one have invented or something like that." I got really motivated, and then I wanted to, though I was a bio student, I wanted to do something like which is not related to biology. So then I got introduced to biomedical engineering, and then it was like engineering of biology, so you get to learn a lot about science. It's a lot of scientific stuffs, and beside that I was more into like opening a research center and all. I was really like I used to find those all really, really fascinating. Also Nepalma Ramro Research Center or Saina. So I thought I could build one of that. Also, I had this motive of becoming a genetic engineer. It's a lot of science stuffs, but I had that motive. But then now it's slowly changing. Though that time I had that motive of becoming genetic engineering, so I wanted to pursue my bachelor's in biomedical engineering. So right now plans are a little changing because I got a lot of priorities in my life beside my career as well. So for me, biomedical engineering has always been the subject of my interest, my passion, and I'm really glad that I'm pursuing this.
Mhm. So while Suraksha is on to his science, Sivira is on maths, that is CA. So do you really want to be chartered accountant, or you are just moving on? Let's try out this CA, and whatever happens in life, let's decide later on.
To be very honest, I was very good with my academics when I was a child. Growing up, also, I've always been good. So I wanted to find a subject that challenged me, and I think CA is really doing that job. Yeah. So I do have a lot of interest in the tax system, but since I studied India tax,
Mm.
because I studied Indian Board Chartered Accountancy, I'm yet to figure out how it works in Nepal. So if you ever see me working as a chartered accountant, it would definitely be in the taxation system.
Mhm.
But other than that, I also have developed a lot of interest in maybe getting into bureaucracy and stuffs.
Mhm.
So yeah, a little bit social work, a little bit of reaching to a place where you can actually have your plans moved ahead. So yeah, these are my plans. So I'm glad I have a backup. Like, my career is always my backup, my strongest backup. But except that if I want to do something, that would be social work and yeah, something, the bureaucracy.
Okay. So almost that is around 9 months to lockdown period. Actual lockdown to normal. So lockdown just to the period where I'm. So more than 9 months to period. Or it's another 6 months, 7 months, the complete lockdown period. So lots of people have learned different things in this period of rest, this period of pause. So your pause period, anything that you learned that has changed the way of your thinking, the way of your lifestyle. त्यस्तो केही कुराहरू नयाँ एड गर्नुभयो तपाईँको लाइफमा दुवैजनाले? लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ सुरक्षा.
Well, I got to learn a lot during this whole lockdown period. It was a like transformation for me, honestly, because the Suraksha I was 9 months ago, I'm not the same. I have become quite a lot more positive person. Well, I got into a lot of stuff. I did baking, I did room decor, I was into music, and then I was into physics, doing yoga and all this stuff. But the most life changing thing that I got into during lockdown was meditation. I never ever thought I would be this calm and patient. Like I meditate every day, morning and evening for 30 minutes. And I never thought I could do that because I'm like, I'm impatient. I was impatient, but now I'm not. And meditation have helped me perceive different things in different way, and I look into things differently. I get to process stuffs, and then only I think. I don't directly jump into conclusion. I'm like, I have like positive affirmations. I say positive affirmations every day right after I wake up. So emotionally and mentally I'm quite balanced as I was before lockdown, so all thanks to coronavirus.
So what about you, Sivira?
Well, I think like Suraksha, a lot of us got into meditation and yoga, but with that I also did some clothing challenges. So
Mhm.
but that was before. I mean, after a while I really had to focus on my studies because exam was continuously shifting and I didn't have a lot of time to actually get into a lot of the stuffs. But I did learn driving. I
Mhm.
learned driving, and I I should say, Suraksha, really meditation is a different phase. I
Work.
mean, it's totally different. It makes you a different person. So a lot of my friends would compliment me and say, "Oh my God, you look so zen. What are you doing these days?" And I'm like, try meditation. I mean, it really works. Even if you can't do it in the long run, if you can't do it for a long time, at least whenever you have time, it really makes you so calm and positive. And I listened to Sadhguru a lot during this time. And also, the most important thing that happened during this lockdown is I got to spend a lot of time with my family. Staying abroad for like 7-8 years, I missed my family so much. And now, finally, having my mom and dad, not having them to go to office, and my sister back from Bangladesh. We hadn't had a quality time in such a long time. So yeah, if I mean, there's so much going on around the world, and it's so negative about coronavirus. But I should say, like, a family time, a quality family time that this coronavirus or this pandemic has given me, I think I should be really thankful for that.
Okay, so we move on to final segment of our show. This is if question. So we start with Suraksha. If you could change your name, what would you keep?
I haven't really thought about that ever. If I could change my name, I think I would change it into Kaira, maybe. I don't know.
So this is to Sivira. If animals could talk, I repeat, if animals could talk, who would be the most rudest one? Who would be the rudest one? Sivira, did you get my question?
I think the wolves. I don't know.
Wolves.
Yeah, the wolves, that tribe.
Okay. Now this is to Suraksha. If birds could talk, who would be most honest and humble?
I think peacock.
Mhm. And this is to Sivira. If you had a pen with magical ink inside, what would happen when you write something?
If I had a pen with magical ink inside,
And what would happen when you write something?
eh, what would happen? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it would become a reality. If that,
Hmm.
and it would become a reality. What would I write?
Uh-huh. So this is to
I think
Suraksha.
I would. I think I want the empty. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were a transportation vehicle, which would you love to be? That means you need to change yourself into a transporting vehicle. Which vehicle you
Vehicle.
love?
I like those huge trucks carrying lots of loads and just going in full speed in the highways.
Hmm.
I would be that.
So if you need to change yourself into a flower, Sivira, what flower would you love to transform as? So Sivira, are you there?
I think source internet is not working.
So एकैछिन सिभिरासँग थोरै इन्टरनेट कनेक्सनमा अलिकति प्रब्लम भएको छ. We carry with Suraksha. So if you need to keep an animal to assist you, who would be the best?
Animal to assist me?
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Okay. So if you need to keep a bird to assist you, who would be best?
Eagle.
Okay. If you could be as big as elephant or as small as an ant, what you want to be?
I would be as big as elephant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So a few questions remain that is been reserved for Sivira as she get connects. We will be talking with her. Now you also started part in choreography in the next venture of children's event. uh, Little Miss Himalaya Angel Kathmandu.
Yeah.
So how was that mentoring others and learning yourself as a contestant and making the contestants learn from you? What was and how was that experience?
Well, I have always loved children. Like, children have always been one of the special part in my entire life. And when I get to like teach them what I have learned and to aware them about what life has to offer and how they can outshine, how the world is waiting for them, I could reflect my dreams in their eyes. And there was nothing more beautiful than connecting to them and reminiscing my childhood with them. I just remembered so much of my childhood moments while I was with them, and still I'm in contact with them. Well, if I can get a chance to interact with children or or even if I get to choreograph um, another event like that, I would definitely go for it, because children, I love being around children. I love children like listening to me. And then they are just, you can mold them into anything you want, and I think I have so much to offer to them. And I'm glad I got to transform them into something a little powerful, I guess. uh, first year when I think they're quite powerful. They understand themselves a little well, and they know about the outer world a little more. So I'm very glad that I got that opportunity.
Okay. So we're back with Sivira and we have some questions reserved for her. So let take rest backstage. So Sivira, the if questions. So if you had power to shrink anything and take it with you, what would you love to shrink and take with you?
If I had the power to swing anything and take with me,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. What would I take? Wow, that's a tough one. Ah, I don't know. What would it be? Wow, you really put me in a difficult position. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
It's very big and you need to shrink it in a small size and you can carry anywhere you wish to. So what is that?
anywhere.
Mhm.
Uh, I think my mom, if people are allowed.
Okay. Okay, let's keep in that way also, no problem. The next question would be if you had to give one thing for the rest of your life, that means you need to uh, give up, that is cutting your nails or cutting your hair. So you would be giving up cutting your hair or cutting your nails.
I would give up cutting my hair.
So you wish to have long hair.
Yes, I do. I like long
Okay.
hair.
So if you could have unlimited storage of one thing, what would it be?
uh, in abstract kindness, and if it's about money, because then I
Mhm.
can buy anything.
Okay. So this would be last one. So if you had a power to control this system of the body, which system of the body would you love to control? Body temperature, digestion, or heart rate?
Well, I didn't get you. I'm so sorry. Can you please repeat it?
If you get the power to control one of these body system, which body system would you love to control? Body temperature, digestion, or heart rate?
I didn't get you again. I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's the internet, but I can't hear you properly.
So,
I'm so sorry.
okay. So, if you need to control one of these system of our body, which system of our body would you love to control? Body temperature, digestion system, or heart rate?
If you need to do like what digestion system or heart rate, if you need to
Control.
control uh, heart rate, I think, yeah, heart rate.
So with that, we are done with this segment question, and we have only few questions remain to sort out. We are almost 1 hour. Okay. So since we are talking, interacting, I'm asking questions as much as I can and getting beautiful answers from you, beautiful ladies. So I love to request Suraksha to put one question to Sivira.
Okay. um, well, I would just simply ask one question. What do you think is something that would really stand you out in a crowd wherever you are?
Okay. Thank you so much. The beauty pageant way. Thank you so much for the question, Suraksha. uh, I think the fact that I can actually talk and put my point forward, I think that actually leaves an impact because a lot of people, even when they're thinking, they can't actually process it and tell it. But I don't get scared. I mean, if I have a point, I put it forward. I'm not scared to get judged. I'm not scared to be wrong. So, I think that confidence and the fact that I can talk. Yeah, I think that's something that'll set me apart and make people, remember me.
Okay, so this
That's
goes
beautiful.
to Sivira. Your question to Suraksha.
Thank you. Okay. Uh, wow. So, this is a very normal question. So, how do you see pageantry in Nepal? Like, what's your take on the pageantry system in Nepal?
Okay. So it has transformed a lot. Like there are thousands of pageant having in local level, on metropolitan level, and then again on state level, then national level. Oh my God, like there's so much happening. And one thing I find so bad about the pageant around us is that so many of them are fake and it's just like a business for them. And it's not about providing opportunities to the girls, it's rather about earning money to them. And I have seen many pageants doing this. Thankfully, Miss Himalaya Nepal was a really renowned and a very responsible pageant. So also I did enough research. So to anyone going to any pageant in Nepal, please do your research beforehand and know about the organizers, know about whether their business, their organization is registered or not, and then at least go and talk to the previous winner and what they how was their experience. So I would say it's evolving, but also there's a lot the negative aspect of the pageantry that's coming in Nepal. Yeah.
So that is done
Thank
with
you.
Q&A with each other. So this would be the final thing before we say thank you. So do you wish to ask a question to me? If yes, you can go on. So who is to put first question?
Okay.
Um,
Uh, may I?
Okay.
Sir, it's the same question I asked to Suraksha. What's your take on the pageantry system of Nepal? I mean, you've been there for so long. I think there's there's no program that, sir, you have not choreographed. I mean, very less. And you've seen a lot of girls, and you've not just young girls. You've seen kids and young girls and women, I guess. So, how do you take pageantry in Nepal? Like, yeah, what's your take on it?
So as Suraksha said, similar kind of things is with me as well. But what I go on is regarding the point of view from organizing side. So I'm organizing a show. If I'm organizing a show, I should be answering what I'm organizing. So for what I'm organizing, is it for me or is it for the ladies who are being the part of the event? Or is it something through ladies I want to contribute to the society? If I'm clear with this question, then probably why I'm going to organize this, because others are also organizing. What is that is difference I'm going to make. And if there is difference in my thought, how it is going to be in action. So if these three questions are answered properly, there is nothing called we should be criticizing, we should be commenting negatively to any patient. But the things that is not been done in this way, because of that, the contestants or even the winners, after they get being winners, they comment on their page in themselves. So it should not happen in that way. The people who have been the part of the page and the contestants winners, at least they should be satisfied from what they have learned and earned. And if they are not satisfied, yes, something is going wrong with the page in itself and organizing team. So things are happening, things are mushrooming, and if the things are mushrooming, the competition level should be high within the organizing team as well. So one organization should be competing with other organization. It's not only to attract the contestants, it also giving the best from their side. It's not about the charge that we pay to the contest for our registration for our grooming, but what we get from them, it is more important. So giving and taking is a process. So we should be commercializing the pageants, attracting the sponsors, so that we can give more to the contestants. So if this is managed in better way, then the platform we call platform is seriously is going to work up. If not, it is only the words we say platform, but what we are giving, is it the platform or not?
Sir, I'd
I
like
guess.
to
Thank
add
you.
one question as well. So we know we are participating, we are achieving milestones as well. We are evolving, and then the concept of pageantry have completely been changed, but still we are lagging somewhere. So what do you think we have to do to like achieve the greater milestones than that, than what we have already achieved? What could be done more to make it open for every all the people in Nepal, and to make it more inclusive, to make it more diversified? What do you think can be done?
Success.
So again, similar kind of thing as I answered Sivira. So if you are confined with one point and if you are able to incorporate lots of peoples, that is not only the contestants, their parents, their families, but if you are able to incorporate more sponsors, media, and then your voice, your purpose of organizing the pageant would be uh, increased, and we can include people. But if we are confined with something that is few media, we are confined with few people, then how we are going to make our voice heard to people called government itself? So once and until the government of Nepal is not acknowledging the event industry, and if people from event industry are not being able to incorporate the government side, then the purpose of doing anything in private level will be limited to personal level, and that is where we are lagging. So it should be moved on. We should be working for government sector as well. We should be attracting them, involving them, and making them hear our voice, clearing our points, because the pageants are not only limited to personal and professional development. It moves on with the culture, it moves on with the nationality, because we represent in our side in local level, national level, and international level. And if we can incorporate in government body, this industry, this pageantry would be a big area as an element of tourism. So if we can think in that way and if we can move in that way, probably these unanswered questions, the dilemmas will be cleared out and people will be coming up. The parents will be more happy. Parents will be taking step to bring their girls and boys in the pageant, and girls and boys don't need to uh, ask permissions. So they would be more happy to be the part, and it would be one phase of career, and this is where we need to work. I guess I answered you, Switch.
Yes, sir, you did.
Okay, so this would be the final closer, and we are moving on with the pageant. And since you have been the winners, नेपालीमा भन्छन् नि, कुनै एउटा ठाउँमा नगइकन हुँदै हुँदैन, लाइफमा एकचोटि जानै पर्छ, यो ठाउँमा एकचोटि नपुगे हुँदै हुँदैन. सो डु यु थिङ्क पेजेन्टमा एकचोटि भाग नलिकन नहुने हो, या फुर्सद भयो भने पेजेन्टमा भाग लिएर आउँछ?
Sir,
Um,
अलिक बुझेन लास्टको पार्ट.
सो पेजेन्टमा भाग नलिकन केही हुँदै हुँदैन, या पेजेन्टमा भाग लिएपछि धेरै कुराहरू हुन्छ?
अफ कोर्स पेजेन्टमा भाग लिएपछि धेरै कुरा हुन्छ.
Okay. So के हुन्छ?
थाहा हुन्छ, आफ्नो लेभल थाहा हुन्छ, त्योभन्दा बाहिर कम्फर्ट जोनबाट बाहिर निस्किन सकिन्छ कि सकिँदैन भन्ने कुरा थाहा हुन्छ, च्यालेन्जहरू एक्सेप्ट गर्न सकिन्छ, टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट गर्न सकिन्छ, एउटा रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी लिन सकिन्छ. वी आर देयर टु इन्सपायर पिपल, वी आर देयर फर अदर पिपल. We get to share a lot between the contestants. So I think there's a lot that happens when you enter a pageant.
Okay, so this will be the last question, and this is common to both of you. So, as a winner, so you are already inspiring the people. As a personal level, you have inspired your family members, your neighbors, your school friends, your college friends. And when you become the queen and the winner, you have been inspiring the people who are not known to you at personal level, because they are watching you, they are listening to you. So, what would be your inspiration note to inspire, especially the generation of yours? Let's keep from 13 to 26 years of age. So, what would be your inspirational note? Sivira.
I think if there's one thing that I'd like to share with everyone, that is the quote: "You are everything you want to become." You just think about what you want to become, and there's no one who can stop you from becoming what you want to become. But you have to have it in your heart, and you have to be sincere about it to yourself. And that's what I tell to myself every day also. I am the person that I want to become. I've always wanted to be this person. Today what I've become is what I wanted to become yesterday, and what I become tomorrow is how I want to become tomorrow, what I want to become. So even in my life, I keep this year goals. 5 years down the line, how
Mm,
do I want to see myself? Where do I want to see myself? And what are the things that me today, as a Sivira 5 years
mm.
before, what should I do? What's in my power? What all I can do to become the person that I want to be 5 years down the line? So everyone, like, this is my very personal favorite quote I'm sharing with all of you. You are everything you want to become, and like nothing and absolutely nothing can stop you. Just be sincere with yourself.
Okay, so that's by Sivira. So let's hear from Suraksha.
Well, I believe we are so much into this procrastination and lazy circle right now in our life. Like, we have figured out a lot of stuffs in our life, but still, we are lazy when to get out of the bed. We are lazy to go on to exercise. So, what I like to say is, if you're like willing to do something, you want to initiate something. What I want to say is, if you are not going to do it now, you are never going to do it. So, just get up and just do it. It's just in your head. You just have to have a strong mindset. When you push yourself from your head, you push yourself from your body, from your physique, and you just get it done right away. So I watch a lot of motivational videos, and there I found this quote that if you are not going to do it now, then you are never going to do it. So if you want to do it, just get up and do it right now. That's all I can say.
So यो दुईटा पोजिटिभ कोट सँगसँगै वी वुड से बाई टु द ब्युटिफुल लेडिज, इक्वली कन्फिडेन्ट, इक्वली ब्युटिफुल एन्ड बोल्ड. विश यु अल द बेस्ट इन 2021. र 2021को लास्ट थिङ इज द्याट कि हामी 2020 सकिँदैछौँ,
Yeah.
2021 गर्दैछौँ. सो वान लाइन रेजोल्युसन भन्नु पऱ्यो भने वाट वुड बी अ रेजोल्युसन सुरक्षा 2021को लागि?
Getting my scooter license. I'm learning, so I want to get it real soon.
Okay, one line resolution, Sivira.
Understanding the political system of Nepal. Yes, totally on it.
Okay. So 2021 को यहाँ दुवैजनालाई wish you all the best. Wish you a prosperous, happy, and a very memorable days of 2021. Whatever happened in 2020, whatever been stopped, let's get started and let's get rejuvenated and come back in action. So wish you all the best and thank you for making the speak to me of this edition.
Thank you
Memorable
so
one.
much for having us.
1 hour
Very happy
and
New
30
Year.
minutes went by. And that is done. Thank you so much, Suraksha. Thank you so much, Sivira.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot.
Thank you so much for having us, sir. Wish you a very happy New Year.
Thank you. So we are done with the ladies. Thank you and bye-bye Sivira and Suraksha. Suraksha र सिविरासँग यो कुराकानी यही हामी अन्त गर्न चाहन्छौँ र स्पिक टु मीको अर्को एडिसनमा फेरि नयाँ गेस्टको साथमा हामी उपस्थित हुनेछौँ. त्यतिबेलासम्म यहाँहरू सबैजनाको दिनचर्या राम्रो बितोस्. मस्त रहनुहोस्, व्यस्त रहनुहोस्, हेल्दी रहनुहोस्, फिट रहनुहोस्. थ्याङ्क यू सो मच. बाई.